All right, welcome back. President Biden is struggling with rising gas prices. So are all of you at home. He's also having some struggles with names. Yesterday, he confused Governor Gretchen Whitmer from Michigan with Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm. This is the latest incident coming just a day after he ignored a Secret Service agent directing him to go into the White House. We brought you that yesterday. But take a listen to the president after Governor Whitmer was done speaking.
Thank you, Jennifer, for what you've done and continue to do.
All right, so thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer Granholm was the Michigan governor once upon a time. The president's administration was also moving to address concerns about rising energy prices. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan is calling on the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, to move faster to restore global supply of petroleum and pre-pandemic levels of oil pumping. Anyway, the White House has also asked the Federal Trade Commission to investigate the domestic gasoline market for any anti-competitive behavior that could be increasing prices. And joining us now is Congressman Randy Weber from Texas. Congressman Weber, great to see you again.
Thank you, John. Nice to see you, too.
It is kind of just, head-scratching moment, and I imagine it wasn't easy for some in the White House to admit this, but to have Joe Biden come out and ask OPEC to pump out more oil after he capitulated to Russia and gave them, access to the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, while here at home canceling the Keystone XL Pipeline. Not a good look.
It really isn't in a lot of ways, John. Tongue in cheek, we wish he'd have gotten those two names confused to where maybe he would have canceled Nord Stream and given the green light, the thumbs up, if you would, to the Keystone Pipeline. That comes into my district, by the way. Keystone Pipeline does. And you probably know this, it's 840,000 barrels of crude oil a day. And if you looked at the Colonial Pipeline system that feeds Southeast United States, it's 2.5 million barrels of product a day. It literally was 1/3 the output of the Colonial Pipeline system, and yet he's killed those jobs.
It's unbelievable. This was obviously one of those things they did at the beginning of their term here to flex and to show we're going to do things differently than the Trump administration. I wonder if there's any point at which they would go back and admit. Yes, that production you're talking about, a little bit down the road once the Keystone XL Pipeline is completed, but delaying it or preventing it from happening, the American public, they are attuned to what's going on. So many people, especially commuters, they are also hearing now about the potential of a per mile tax. That's not going to help the middle class Americans either, is it?
Well, no, it's not, John. And look, here's the plain and simple fact of it. They're in the process of trying to kill the fossil fuel industry. It's just that simple. They've actually already kind of admitted that it's a problem, as you referred to, where they actually admit that when his security advisor went out and said, OPEC, step up your production. Why aren't they saying to American companies, let's step up our production right here at home? They've actually admitted it in a roundabout way. It's unbelievable the amount of jobs they're killing, energy security they're killing. You probably know this about Congressional District 14 on the Gulf Coast of Texas. We've got 5 ports. We are a huge energy district. And for us, energy is not just jobs and security, it's national security.
Right, yeah.
And I can't believe that they want to kill national security to that point.
Over the last few years, we've seen this country become a net exporter of oil. And now it seems like we're going completely in the wrong direction. This was about, energy independence and energy security. And it seems like we're losing that.
Well, John, you would almost have to ask yourself, why is he giving the Russians the green light? It's almost as if some of his, who knows, some of his kinfolk might be getting money from countries like Russia or Ukraine or China. Who would have ever thought?
Right. Yeah, it does raise a lot of questions for sure. Thank you very much, Congressman. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Congressman Randy Weber from Texas.